Good morning. This is the lesson plan integrated intercultural competences presentation by Fran Hernández Gallego. In this presentation, I am going to show you some lesson plan I used in one class of a 8th grade class in the Institución Educativa Juan 23, having into account the lesson, el plan de área, el plan de aula, y trying to integrate the intercultural competences work in the applied linguistic class. So the lesson plan is the next one. The grade is 8th grade. The institution is Institución Educativa Juan 23 of the Jumbo municipality in the Valle del Cauca department. The term is the second term. The material that we used in this lesson plan is the didactic guide number 1 for the second term, and specifically the page 10, the activity developed on page 10. And the topic that we developed in this activity was some festivals around the world. Some comments I want to add to this lesson plan is that the students are returning to the classes in the school because of the COVID lockdown. A group of these students, a group of 16 of these students come to the school for a week, and another group of another 16 students comes another week. After these 2 weeks, the whole group returns to their houses, and for almost 4 weeks, and they have to wait the other groups comes to these classes as this group did. In that time, when the students are in their houses, they continue working on the didactic guides that I'm going to show you them. And in that time, they try to answer the exercises and read the topics explained in those didactics guides. In this moment, we are working in the didactic guide number 1 for the second term of the school year. And now, in this lesson plan, to work this topic that is the some festivals around the world, we had into account the plan de área issues, like for example, estándar básico por competencias. In this case, the estándar básico por competencias, according to the plan de área, is hacer descripciones sencillas sobre temas cotidianos de su entorno. The DBA, Derecho Básico de Aprendizaje, that is, reconoce información específica en textos cortos, orales y escritos sobre temas de interés general. According to the desempeño de aprendizaje, the students interpreta diferentes textos relacionados con los temas de estudio y expone sus puntos de vista para mostrar la comprensión de estos mismos temas. And according to evidencia del aprendizaje, the student has to show this student have to describe some festivities, special festivities around the world. Now, having into account the plan de aula, los ejes temáticos are special dates, la situación didáctica o las ideas o saberes previos, o la pregunta problematizadora que se trabaja en esta guía es Let's Talk About Special Dates. And trying to integrate the intercultural competence in this guide, I add the following competences. The first competence is the intercultural attitudes, savoir-être. That is, to what extent do these class activities promote curiosity and openness, readiness to suspend disbelief about other cultures and belief about one's own. In this case, I choose making students give their own opinion about different lifestyles in the country as well in others, because in this activity, students are going to enter to read a test about some festivals, like the Festival of Edinburgh and a festival in the States that is the Mardi Gras. And at the same time, they have to enter to another link where they are going to read about another kind of celebrities of festivals around the world. That those are around of 25 festivals. So they are going to understand other kind of ways of thinking around the world, having into account some kind of festivals. Another competence that I choose to develop in this activity is skills or of interpreting and relating, that is savoir comprendre, that is to what extent do the activities foster the ability to interpret a document or event from another culture, to explain it and relate it to documents or events from one's own. So in this case, they are going to contrasting some documents and events about cultural holidays from different countries. And they are going to compare one similarities and differences in cultural practices, religious celebrations, or holidays, etc. As I said before, they are going to take into account these celebrations in some other kinds of the world. As I said, Mardi Gras or the Dublin Festival, and they are going to compare those festivals to the other kind of festivals in their own country, in their own culture. Okay, so this is the lesson plan. Now I'm going to show you the activity, the didactic lesson that we created, we designed for these students. This is the didactic lesson. Let me one moment I show. This is the didactic lesson we prepare for the students, and the activity that focus on this intercultural competence is this one that is related with the special days. As I said, the first activity is a reading where they are going to read a kind of email when a person describes the Mardi Gras celebration in the United States. So the students in this activity are going to understand this kind of celebration. They are going to learn about that kind of festival. And then they are going to read another test related with another celebrity, another celebration that is the Edinburgh Festival. As they did in the previous activity, they are going to read this test. They are going to learn what is the features of this festival, and they are going to answer after they have read this text. They have to answer these sentences. They have to answer if those expressions, those sentences are true or false. After they do this, they are going to enter to this link, and they are going to find the best 27 festivals around of the world. So they are going to read some kind of festivals around the world, some features, the places where they are celebrated, and then they are going to compare that kind of festivals they read in the guide, and the celebrations they read in this link, in this electronic page, and then They are going to talk about the the similarities or differences they found between those celebrations and the celebrations we have in Colombia. For example, they are going to talk what kind of similarities can be or differences can be, for example, between the Mardi Gras celebration, the Edinburgh Festival celebration, or another celebration like this, like La Tomatina in Spain, or for example, Dia de los Muertos in Mexico, and they are going to compare, for example, from some kind of celebration like el Carnaval de Barranquilla, el Carnaval de Blancos y Negros in Pasto, o la Feria de Cali in Cali, o la Feria de Manizales in Manizales. So using these kinds of activities, they are going to compare the features, they are going to understand some other kind of cultures, and at the same time, they are going to understand or find the differences between the other cultures to our culture using English as a foreign language. Okay, so as I said before, so this is the idea of this lesson plan, having into account that this activity, how can develop intercultural competences to the students using the foreign language, that in this case is English, for the students of 8th grade of the Institución Educativa Juan 23. Thank you very much for watching this video and have a good day. Thank you very much. See you then. Bye bye.